I spent 2 years at Binghamton University, where I quickly formed a close-knit group of friends. Our weekends were usually packed, but one Friday night in October, without any big plans, I ended up with two friends exploring the nature preserve near campus. There was a secluded clearing on the far side of the lake, a hidden spot just right for campfires and quiet hangouts. It was far enough from campus that it rarely saw visitors, making it perfect for an occasional escape. That night, we took along a few beers, got a fire going, and settled in for what we jokingly called a bro chat. The night flew by as we relaxed, the laughter growing louder as the drinks kicked in. At one point, one of my friends was laughing so hard he collapsed onto the leaf-covered ground. But suddenly, the other friend hushed us, eyes wide. We all went quiet, listening. Somewhere off in the distance, the distinct crunch of leaves and snapping branches broke the stillness. Instantly, we tossed our bottles into the lake and stashed the rest in a backpack, paranoid about being underage and caught by campus security. But the deeper fear was the realization that someone else was moving around out there. Our spot was so remote that it felt odd anyone would even be there. We listened intently, trying to figure out where the noises were coming from. The occasional snap of branches and crunch of leaves seemed to be moving in a rough arc around us. A few times we nervously laughed it off, but the tension crept in. We began to feel like characters in some horror film, the kind where unseen things lurk just out of sight. Then out of nowhere, a loud thud landed in the middle of our campfire circle. I blinked, trying to register what had happened. A thick branch had been hurled straight into our gathering spot. One of my friends took off in a sprint, leaving the two of us frozen in place, unsure if this was some bizarre prank or something far worse. My other friend let out a yell as he got hit in the face by another branch. Grabbing our things, I helped him up, and we bolted through the woods. As we reached the road separating the preserve from the dorms, we stopped to catch our breath. But as we stood there, the faint crunch of footsteps from behind us made our blood run cold. Whoever it was had followed us all the way out. We took off running again and finally made it back to our dorm floor, where we found our friend who'd run ahead, already hiding out in his room. Peering out his window, we could see a figure pacing along the edge of the woods, pausing with each passing car, then disappearing back into the darkness. After a while, they slipped back into the forest, gone as mysteriously as they'd appeared. We kept the night going, talking and laughing it off, but by morning, the fear had settled in for good. None of us dared to return to the woods at night after that.